Atom versus Ant-Man. Quantum clash between two of the most iconic size-shifting heroes in comic book history. On one side, we have Atom, DC's master of the Microverse. On the other, Ant-Man, Marvel's irrepressible avenger and sometimes outlaw.
Both can shrink to subatomic sizes, both wield cutting-edge technology, and both have found themselves at the center of some truly mind-bending adventures.
But if they were ever to size up against each other, who would win the quantum battle? Let's start by breaking down what makes each hero unique. Atom, most famously embodied by Ray Palmer, is a brilliant physicist and professor with a specialization in matter compression. Using a fragment of a white dwarf star, Ray developed the Atom Suda device that allows him to manipulate his size with extreme precision. He can shrink to the size of an electron, phase through solid matter by riding electrons, and even access alternate dimensions in the so-called Microverse. But Ray's genius is just as important as his tech. He has a deep understanding of quantum physics, often using his intellect to turn the tide in impossible situations. Across the multiverse, we find AntMan. Most commonly, that's either Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man, and a founding Avenger, Scott Lang, a reformed thief who inherited the mantle. Both use Pym particles, Hank's signature invention, which can dramatically alter the user's size. Ant-Man can shrink down to microscopic and even subatomic sizes. He can also grow to colossal height as Giant Man, though for this battle, it's the shrinking skills that take center stage. Scott especially brings the unpredictable ingenuity of a seasoned improviser, while Hank's scientific acumen rivals Palmer's in almost every field. But let's go deeper than origin stories. How do their powers match up in practice? At first glance, their shrinking abilities look very similar. Both can scale down to levels invisible to the naked eye. Even entering the so-called quantum realm or microverse, places where the rules of physics get seriously weird. But the way their technology works is crucial to this debate. The Atom's powers are an elegant mix of science and science fiction. His white dwarf-powered belt allows him to manipulate his density as well as his size. That means Ray can shrink while retaining, increasing, or disengaging his own Masaki tactical advantage. He can deliver a powerful punch at insect size, slip through the cracks in a locked vault, or reduce his molecular bonds to become intangible. Ant-Man, meanwhile, relies on the unpredictable Pym particles. These subatomic particles break the laws of size and mass, allowing Ant-Man to hit like a full-sized human when shrunk, ride flying ants, or even carry heavy objects with ease. But there's a catch. Pym particles sometimes have strange side effects, and prolonged use can be dangerous, even fatal for less experienced users. But Ant-Man is nothing if not daring, using his shrinking or enlarging powers in creative, sometimes reckless ways. What about combat intelligence and versatility? Here's where personalities come into play. Ray Palmer is a tactical thinker, always analyzing the battlefield and exploiting scientific principles to neutralize threats. He can reprogram nanotechnology on the fly, disarm alien devices, or phase past conventional defenses. Whether he's in the Justice League or working solo, Atom often solves problems his massive allies can't even see. Ant-Man, especially Scott Lang, is all about improvisation. Uses whatever S in his environment, whether that S a set of toy trains or a swarm of highly trained ants, to confuse, distract, or overwhelm his opponent. Hank Pym, on the other hand, brings a colder, more calculating approach, creating gadgets and plans in anticipation of almost any problem. Suppose the two heroes both shrink into the quantum realm for a head-to-head battle. At that scale, reality itself breaks down. Communication is tough, and survival depends as much on wit as weaponry. In a straight fight, Atom's superior control over his molecular density might give him the edge in outmaneuvering. Ant-Man phasing, past attacks, or slipping into dimensions inaccessible to Pym particles. But Ant-Man's wild creativity, especially if he's commanding an army of quantum-sized ants or using unexpected tricks, can level the playing field fast. Let's not forget, both have iconic moments of quantum heroism. Ray Palmer reconstructing his body from atoms, Scott Lang escaping the quantum realm against impossible odds. Both have rewritten the rules when it matters most. So, who wins? In the end, the echo of this battle might depend on who's wearing the suit and what version of the character is in play. On paper, Atom's mastery of his abilities and deep scientific knowledge might just tip the scales. But Ant-Man's unpredictability makes him a hero who can never be counted out, not even at the smallest scale imaginable. Ultimately, the quantum battle between Atom and Ant-Man isn't just about who's strongest, but whose mind is the nimblest in the multiverse's weirdest arena. When heroes get this small, the only thing that matters is who can think bigger. And in the ever-expanding universes of DC and Marvel, maybe the real winner is USB, because battles like this keep our imaginations growing, no matter how tiny the heroes may shrink.